A bunch of you beautiful folks have asked me to do an individual video on each of the BeeGee Benders that I own. And there's 3 of them back there and 1 of them in my hands. And folks, each and every one of them are unique, incredible guitars that Carl is installing his bending mechanism in. And this video, along with the subsequent following ones, I'll continue talking about this in each of them so you can understand the magnitude of what Carl is doing to these guitars, because this workmanship that he's doing is simply second to none. And I do have some high dollar Bender guitars. I have right here a beautiful single Bender made by Glazier, Mr. Joe Glazier, who's an absolute master with a guitar in his hand, doing the things that he has done, so well documented and so worth the money. Mr. Glazier's product it's Mount Everest. It surely is. Very unique design, and now it speaks for itself. It's history. On the wall back here, I have that gold one right there. If you can see that, I think I'm pointing to it. Yeah, that gold one right there is a double Bender, and that's the very first Bender I ever owned. I took it down to Mr. Joe, and he did what he's known to do, which is work magic on those guitars, and he did. And that's all I ever knew until I put my hands on a BeeGee Bender. And why did I do that? Simple, the price. I could not believe that I found a guitar at such a low relative price point that was absolutely incredible. The workmanship, the thought process of what Carl, who makes the BeeGee Bender mechanism, it's incredible. So, with that in mind, let's talk a little bit about what each BeeGee Bender features. First of all, you have this Parsons style design where BeeGee's done his modifications to make the wheel even better. So all that is hand tooled by Carl. Every bit of that, from the routing of the guitar, which the platform for the 4 guitars that I own is a Harley Benton. Very inexpensive guitar, but high quality. I'm just absolutely in love with the Harley Benton guitar. Wouldn't hesitate to own one or play one, and do on stage. This particular guitar has over 100 hours now on stage. And folks, I've got plenty to pick from, and plenty of them that say Gibson and Fender. And I'd put this guitar right up there with it. And I'll tell you, what Carl has done, he's just made the world of bending affordable at a high quality price point. So once again, his tooling, all the way from routing the Harley Benton guitar, putting in the bending mechanism, which all takes an incredible amount of time. A tension adjustment area right here, which when you turn this, if you tighten it, it turns that long rod on top right there, which then would tighten the strap button, which you can then get your tension just right for how you like that feel. Now, once you get that, obviously, you want to be able to tune it. And this is where Carl's thought process was genius. It's a very simple mechanism right there on that guitar. You can literally reach up, very well-defined mechanism that's very easy to do what needs to be done. You just turn it. It's got a lot of grip that you can access while on stage. These guitars, when they're set up properly, like any guitar, they're not going to have tuning problems, but you do need to refine them. Do a string change or whatever kind of adjustment you make to a guitar, you're going to have to do some fine-tune adjustments. And this right here is in a perfect location and easily accessible. Another thing that's so incredibly easy to do is to change what string you want to pull, either the B or the G. And that right there, you simply decide what string you want to go on the actual bending pivot point. And it's as simple as you saying, I don't want the B string, I want the G string, or I want the B string instead of the G. It's that simple. You just put the string there, and that's the string that's going to bend, either the B or the G. The feel of the guitar on this particular one, this is a Lake Placid Blue, and I think the Harley Benton model is a T62. I could be wrong on that. I didn't go to Harley Benton's website to get you any information about that, but this is a double bound guitar and a rosewood fingerboard. I think it is rosewood. I'm not quite sure if it is or not, but it's a dark colored fingerboard. Got some nice tuners on it. This particular guitar, I removed the stock pickup, not because it needed it, but because I had a Broadcaster Seymour Duncan pickup that I wanted to try. So I thought, well, what the heck? That's awesome. So I replaced that pickup. I put brass saddles, not because it needed it, I just had them, wanted to try it. And to keep it going with some more mods, I put a push-pull tone control that accesses down a .47 cap and up a .11 or the magic cap. And can't really tell a difference in the full sweep of the knob, but there's areas that you can hear the sweet spot of each cap. Now, the cool thing that I've done with all four of those guitars, all of the BeeGee Benders, is that the neck pickup is 100% stock and removed from the tone control. That's one thing with a Telecaster or T-style guitar, is that typically the tone you find that is nice with your neck pickup, which we're running through a Tone Master Deluxe Reverb with just a tiny bit of verb on it. Once you get that tone nice for the neck, once you go to the bridge, it can get not something that you're looking for. So what I do now, very simple, I get my tone that I'm looking for, I dial the amp in for the neck pickup. Per amplifier, the Deluxe has got its own tonal qualities, as does the twin reverb and so on, right? And then, by using the tone controls on whatever amp I'm using, then I just simply put it in the bridge pickup position, and I dial whatever bite that I'd like. Back to the neck. And make sure you're in the right hole to do the bending. I'll tell you what, this guitar has over 100 hours live. Was the first one I got. So I thought this would be a good one to start off these series of videos with. And I've got a little loop that I've got, kind of a swing thing that I'm going to go back from the neck pickup to the bridge pickup in route. It's kind of a quick thing. Don't know what I'm going to play, but I'm going to try to play you something. And then I also have a loop of Peaceful Easy Feeling, just a solo part, so you can hear that beautiful bending that's done on the B string on this BeeGee Bender. But first, let's play a little swing. Ready? And have some fun doing it. Well, you can hear how neat it is to be able to go from one to the other and not have any issues with your amps when regards to the pickup selection. And that tone is very appealing. Don't know how it's transferring to this camera, but in front of this amplifier, it sounds awesome. And now, let's try a little Peaceful Easy Feeling. And watch how well this BeeGee Bender stays in tune and how easy it is to control the mechanism to the length of the bend that you're looking for. Here comes our first bend. Just absolutely a treat to play. They're so smooth. Each and every one of these BeeGee Benders are so smooth. But that is BeeGee Bender number 1. The mods done were just because I had the things to do it with and was very curious of what it would sound like. Nothing at all wrong with what I received. Matter of fact, I can't tell you that what I've done has made it better. It's just made it different. Knowing that I was going to get several of them when I bought this first one, I didn't see the point in keeping them all sonically the same pickups in each one of those, and same tone caps or whatever. So being a T-style guitar, it's a great instrument to modify and very easy to do. So with that in mind, I hope you've enjoyed the first display and the example of BeeGee Bender number 1, a beautiful double-bound Lake Placid Blue that arrived from the hands of Carl, the mastermind behind the BeeGee Bender mechanism that I'm going to tell you, I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed not just this guitar, but each and every one that I have. So thank you. I'm going to grab me another one and we're going to do another video here in just a second, but I'm going to leave you with this right here. If I can get this on.